choosing based upon the schedule that's open to you, because we have tons of different schedules available for traders of all different time frames, right? You'll click on one of their sessions, it'll be live, and you'll be able to not only learn, but also earn and follow along and take a trade with whatever educator is trading during the live sessions. So you got the academy, right? You got the live sessions, and then you have what I feel is probably the easiest onboarding tool for every single trader in the space, which is Tap to Trade. Tap to Trade is the tech, and that is one of the main reasons we personally have partnered with it, because what it does is it gives traders the ability to overcome their fear of losing immediately out the gate and understand and follow along how Joel or Ivan take trades. And the basis of this is once you sign up for the platform, whether you sign up for the monthly or the annual, I recommend the annual. Always give a yearly commitment in order for yourself to get through the learning curve and then the discipline side of what we do. I always say, like, I give the analogy of this is like a gym, right? It's a financial gym. You're not going to go sign up for 24-hour fitness and then quit your gym membership after 30 days if you don't have a six pack. It's the same level of commitment. You're going to have to be able to do at least an hour a day, 5 days a week. No different than the gym, right? But this is just, once again, the financial gym. So you want to make sure that, one, that you're educating yourself on why you're in this platform, but you commit to the annual. The annual, you get a $200,000 prop firm challenge. Now, what a prop firm is the ability to trade with other people's money, in layman's terms, but in a more broader perspective, right? A company that we partnered with, which is TradeX Mastery, which gives you the ability to pass a challenge in order to get funding for live capital, right? In order to pass the challenge, you go through two stages. Your first stage is either 10%. Here, let's do the phase one. First stage is typically 10%. And then the second stage is 5%. Once you pass these two stages, these phases, your account goes live. But what you have to do is, once you sign up with Akashx, you could connect your trading account to one of these expert traders right here. And when a signal comes through, you just click approve, and you have the ability to learn while you earn. It's probably one of the coolest features, I feel, which is Tap to Trade. Very good, but it's very beginner stages, right? Your goal for this is to participate with the Tap to Trade, go through the academy, learn, follow along, pull up to the live sessions like you do right here. And then you want to graduate to being able to taking the signals. Now, the signals is where I feel that you start graduating as a trader, because when you're taking the signals, you're understanding trade management, you're understanding why you're moving your stop loss, why you're taking your take profit in certain areas. You're more hands-on. And this is the second phase of trading, right? Your first one is just Tap to Trade. You click the button, approve, whatever happens, happens. You're following along with a good educator. Next is taking the signals. And if you can copy and paste and order a pizza online, you can copy and paste a trade. It's pretty much that simple. They give you the entry price, the exit price, the stop loss, which is the amount that you're willing to risk during that time, and pretty much hold your hand all the way through it, but you're managing it yourself. So this is phase two. Phase three is what I pretty much hammer into you guys, which is eating and eating on your own, which learning how to trade by yourself. All of you guys should be wanting to learn how to trade by yourself. It's cool to get spoon fed, but to be able to really lock in and have that next level, that's being able to learn the sauce on how all these signals and all these trade ideas are came up with. So is there anything that I'm missing, Coach? I know I kind of blow through the Akashx side, but Coach, is there anything else I should tap on before I move on over to the charts real quick, or any of you guys got any questions? Skylar, you there? Zeus. Zeus. Okay. Yep. I forgot we do have Zeus as well. Let's see that. Zeus is our copy trader, our crypto trader. Boom. There it is right there. So this is new. I haven't personally tested it. We just got into it. I think, what was it? Was it like a month ago, maybe 4 weeks ago? So I can't personally speak on it, but I know it's working, and I know a lot of people are Okay, cool. I know a lot of people are seeing results. For me personally, I like to speak on what I've actually participated in. I am going to be funding my Zeus account here this week, but it's a hands-free crypto trader. So what tap to trade is you still click approve. What Zeus is you connect your account to one of these crypto traders that are on our sessions here, right? One of our educators that calls crypto signals, and your account will connect to one of theirs, and you won't have to click approve. It'll just auto trade. So that's pretty much as hands free as it gets. In order to get into the market. So you have tap to trade, which is you click approve, you follow along with educators. We have Zeus, which is a crypto trader. It's only crypto and it only works with your own capital too. It does not work with prop firms, guys. So for some of you that haven't used Zeus or feel like you want to use Zeus, just know you do have to use your own capital in order to participate with Zeus. Is there any other things or questions that you guys have on the platform that I can touch on before we get into the charts? I haven't personally. Coach has his connected, so Coach will be able to. Yeah, we do have a new travel program. I'm gonna have to go over the information on that in order to be able to talk about it. But for the most part, I'm gonna stick to trading right now, and I'm gonna leave the travel talk to people who know what they're talking about. See, that's the good thing about me, guys. If I don't know, I won't act like I do. So, if Erika's got some information on the travel side, then I'm sure she's going to be happy to host a Zoom for us here soon. I can't wait to see Erika host a Zoom, actually. That'll be exciting. She can host the travel Zoom. The bird's out of the cage. The bird is out of the cage. Any questions though, guys? And for the new people, I know there's a lot of people on this and there was a little bit of peer pressure. But if you're not a part of this, I want you to ask like a real honest question because I know a lot of people have a lot of questions and everybody's just really fearful of asking. There's no real stupid or silly question. You see that there's a handful full of people on here on a Sunday just to educate and understand these markets, right? So if you do have any questions, please, 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 please ask. Trading related, not anything on the travel side of the business, please. If not, then we can go right into the charts if you guys are ready to go into the charts. Questions about prop firms, prop firm payouts, signals, how to take a trade. Does anybody in here not know how to take a signal? I'm just curious. Okay, cool. Then just type a one in the chat if you guys are ready to mark up the charts. If we get a bunch of ones, we'll just go on in. All right, on to the charts, guys. I know the going through the platform is like it's kind of I got to do it, right? I got to do it. It's important. It's important. That's that. Your lot size, it just depends on what the size of your account is. You shouldn't be risking more than 1/4% to 0.5%, at least when you're trading with me. Some of you guys, if you're trading on a $10,000 account, some of you guys might not be able to trade with me on a 10K account. Like that risk on that is a little bit more where you might blow through a $10,000 account really quick because sometimes the minimum stop loss I have for US 30 is anywhere from like 50 to maybe 70 points, sometimes 100 if I feel there's like volatility or some sort of news. I'll give us like a wider stop. But for the most part, MT1, I don't know what MT1 is. Jackie, ooh, Jackie's late. She like a big 15 late. We don't shame Jackie on a we're not shaming anybody on a Sunday. It's the Lord's day. Okay, cool guys. Pull up US 30 if you guys aren't on, if you guys I was about to start shaming people, but I've been looking for a stop loss when setting it 0.25 and then adjusting the stop to fit. Yep, I'm in Montana. Let's go. That's right. I don't know. I don't know what that means though. And um, but looking for the stop loss and then setting the 0.25 and adjusting the lot size. Well, look, if you're trading with a 100K account and you're with Trade Mastery, you don't want to be trading more than like a point zero five lot, maybe like a point zero 0.03 on a 100K account, right? And that's point zero 0.05 is super comfortable, like at 100 points, so it's $500. Um, so I don't know. I think point zero 0.05 is pretty fair. Extremely conservative too. Okay, guys. So US 30 Dow Jones. If you guys don't know what chart to pull up, I'm on Capital Com US 30. And the first thing I'm going to do, that's just kind of looking at me immediately, is just mark up where I see our high trend line going, because we've created so much separation from price and trend that at some point we're going to have to come back and uh retrace this trend, right? Without any moving averages or any indicators on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my arrow tool, right, on the left-hand side, and I'm going to start my trend line at 41,797. And I'm going to drag that almost at like a 90-degree angle all the way through. You guys see what I did there? This way, and the reason we're doing this is, one, we're training your eyes to see the markets. I can teach any strategy, I can pull out any indicator, I can do whatever, right? But until you guys see the markets, the why behind price being there is irrelevant, right? You guys have to be able to see the trend line, see the support and resistance. You have to see the zones, and you have to be able to do it over and over and over and over until you put your reps in to where you just see it, and it's just kind of like breathing uh, at one point, right? Like I mark up these charts. This is probably like the 19th time I've been on 4 different calls, and I've today. So this is like easily the ninth time I've called it though, because I'll delete the chart, redo it all over again, delete the chart, redo it all over again. We'll do it with other pairs as far as like crypto and stuff. So guys, I really be marking up these charts like all the fucking time. So if you guys think that you don't have to do it, then that's just crazy talk, right? Like I'm constantly rinse and repeating these charts over and over and over again. So now that we have a high time frame trend line, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find obviously we know where the high is because we were just at all-time highs. I'm going to find my midway point. What was the high last week, right? And the high we had last week, and why I'm choosing that is just because, one, it's kind of a key level, but two, if price is going to come down, that's going to be a key level that I'm going to be looking for price to either A, bounce off of and continue pushing up, or to respect going down. So I'm going to go from the top of the wicks on my 4-hour candle. I know, sorry guys, this is like extremely micro. So this is on the 4-hour time frame, right? Always start at the 4-hour, and my zone is going to be from the top of the wick to the body of the candle. And if you see, the top of the wick to the body of the candle is where price consolidated for a couple 4-hour candles within this range as well. So this is just a great zone. And what I look for when I look for a trade is kind of like an X marks the spot. I'm looking for a support and or resistance that coincides with my trend line, giving us an idea on how I want to react when price gets to a certain level. So what I'm looking at is, this is a level where if price gets here, this is going to be a price level. This is going to be an area of interest, no matter what, right? Whether I take a buy from here and price comes all the way back down and then goes up, or if price breaks this and I'm able to take another second entry or a third entry on a sell. And then once we break this trend line right here, all we do is look left and you could see that we have other areas on the way down, right? And you guys see how I'm doing this. Like I'm looking for an area where price went up from and down from. I don't put too much thought into it on the way down because really we're not there. We're up here, right? So when I'm looking left and I'm going, okay, where are some other key levels once we start falling? Well, shit. And then we have where price started from the trend, right? So you could see once trend line gets broken, we have a lot of space to clear on the way down, right? We're trading in all-time highs and we have just our setup already. We have our micro trend. We have an area of interest if price comes down to this area. And now what we're going to do is we are going to zoom in. We're going to go from the 1 hour or the 4 hour to the 1 hour to see if there is just more candles that are going to give us more structure, right? Because I don't like to call what I do a strategy. I teach market structure, right? And if you understand market structure, you could apply it to any strategy. Like I believe that 99% of strategies can't be successful without understanding market structure. This is what gives a high success rate to any strategy because this is how markets move, right? So I can't say this is the fucking this structure. Like you see, there's no indicators. Like we're coming up with this with nothing, right? And that's the superpower of what we're learning right now is that once you do this and you do this enough, then you can add an indicator to it. You can add another indicator. However many fucking confirmations you need in order to take a trade, right? You can do it. I only use three confirmations in order to take a trade. One we're going to get to right now. So we have our trend line, we have our support down here. And what I'm going to do is go from the 4 hour to the 1 hour. And let's see where we're at. So we have our high, but for me, that's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this little flat top area because this is where price fell from. And if I look left just a little bit more, you could see where price rejected, gave us a nice red candle. So that's a key level for me. That's an area where price has shown us up and or down pressure, right? Still keeping the same kind of fundamentals. You see where price bounced off of here, right? So we have price going down from here, price going up from here, and then we have all-time high territory, which we have no historical data for, which I always say is extremely interesting right now because the smaller time frames are really going to tell us the story. So now that we have our little midway point, we have where price can go to once it breaks this little support. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the 1 hour to the 15 and see if price tells me a little something else. So cool. So now I see a little bit of structure. Ooh, I hate it when people are lame. We'll be making examples of people here in a minute. So the one thing that I do see right out the gate is just the top of this trend line going down, right? So we have a little bit of a downtrend that's being created on the micro time frame. And for me, give you the big old mute. And we have a gap, and you guys know how I feel about gaps, right? At some point, those gaps got to get what?
Field.
Oh, well, yeah, don't unmute. I like that. I like that. Lance wanted to say it out loud. I like that. He wanted to scream it. Filled. That's right. At some point, they got to get filled. So for me, a level that I'm looking at in the market is somewhere around here where we might be eligible for a sell, like low key, right? So if we respect this top, then chances are we're going to go and fill this gap and then push on down. So what I'm looking for the markets, just kind of based upon what I see, and yeah, we could shoot back up. But I'm looking for something like this in this gap to get filled and maybe break a little lower and then probably come and refill the inside of this gap, because that'll typically what's fucking gonna happen. And then we'll see something like this, right? If we're gonna continue moving down. Right here, boom. Right. So we have this area that I'm seeing in a perfect world. And if this market's gonna do what we think it's gonna do, we're gonna come fill this gap. We'll break a little bit below, maybe touch this old top, new bottom right here, come back up, retrace the outside of this gap, because this gap always kind of works as like a support and or resistance, depending on how wide the gap is. Sometimes we might stay to the inside of the gap. Sometimes we might stay to the outside of the gap. But once we fill that gap, it's at some point it will get right. So you can see how it's bouncing off of the top of the gap right now, right? On the 15-minute. So it's bouncing. So I'm expecting price to come, retouch this. We still have another price gap over here as well when you look left. So looking left, we don't have a lot of data, but the data that we do shows that this high of like 40,087 is what I would kind of be looking for to sell. If we break it, then maybe back up to obviously we go back up to 300 and then we retest the high. And then it's a crapshoot again, kind of like Friday, right? Anybody could have called the trade on Friday. So if you're on Friday's call, obviously we have the sell. There's only one thing to do. We're trading in all-time high territory with zero data. And the only reason we were able to call the sell is because we just broke a small micro resistance or support. We called the sell off of this right here, guys. So we had Asia low, right? It kind of started to break, but then came back, retested, created the second point for the trend line. And then we had actual candle closure below, which was my confirmation. We had the 5-minute 60 moving average coming on the inside of it right here. And that was what we called off of it. We had a downward trend. We had a support on the micro level that got broke. We were trading to the inside 5. And now what we're doing right now, we're trading above the 60 moving average. So the only other indicator that I use, guys, now that we kind of have the charts marked up, is I use the 60 MA. If you guys want to pull that onto your charts, it looks like this. Type in moving average. It's going to be moving average exponential. And I'm telling you, for trading US 30, guys, when you start back testing the 60 moving average, you guys are going to see that it's a fucking superpower. Like, I don't use really, and anytime I have to use like an RSI or Bollinger Bands or any other, if I use any other tool other than what you're already seeing here, chances are we're gonna lose the trade, right? Because that means it's being forced. Like, this is the way I trade. We're going over that right now. So the 60, did everybody grab that? Right. So you're going to want to make sure that your parameters are length is 60. Source closed. The one thing that you're going to want to make sure that is absolutely right is time frame where it says chart. And that's it. You guys could change the color if you want, make your lines a little thicker, make them whatever color you want. It's your pizzazz, right? So what the MA, it's a moving average, right? That's what it stands for. It's a directional tool. So I use it as one, a confirmation for price to bounce off of, but two, it lets me know if price is above my 60 MA, then I'm going to be looking for buys. If price starts going below my 60 MA, I'm going to start looking for sells. If price is consolidating, then the MA really doesn't mean anything to me because price is going to be in between, right? It's only until it breaks structure and then retests will you see, and then you can see, on the 5-minute, once it starts trending, every time it pulls back to the 60, it respects even, right here, broke a little bit higher. So you'll see it on higher time frames. It's a little bit more of a conviction play. On my lower time frames is how I call the signals, but that's for everything, guys, right? We identify our key levels on the higher time frames, and then we go to our lower time frames to find our entries. So yeah, I may enter off of like an hour candle if I really understand my zone. But for the most part, you guys are going to already have your zones marked up, have a trade alert set. You're going to get the alert like price is reaching my area. Your phone will ring, you'll go do it, and then you'll be able to execute the trade. But you'll do that off of like the 5 minute or the 3 minute. And that's where we'll call a lot of our trades. And you'll see, right, we're kind of going in and out. So if we consolidate, then price will probably come back down, retest this area, and move sideways a little bit. But this is what I'm hoping to expect from the markets here. Am I entering a trade tonight? No, I don't. Sundays are only for marking up the charts. They're not for anything else. If you guys wish to, you guys are more than welcome. See how this plays out. If price starts showing you and starts trading above this area, then the same area you took the sell at 45,080 is the same area you would take the buy, right? So the zone is always going to be the key level zone. Like, even if I get the trade wrong, my zone is still always going to be right. Does that make sense, guys? My donkey's doing zoomies right now. I don't know what is going on. Cool. All right. It's all making sense. The zone is the zone. It really is, guys. And we'll go over how I call a trade. And we'll go over how Friday's trade was called, right? And it wasn't a lot to it, but the basis of it is once price starts showing us that it's creating some sort of downtrend, right? Where it's creating a higher low, a lower low, and then a little bit of a higher low, right? Um, and it starts creating those points, you're going to have a support or a resistance somewhere. On this time frame, it was right here, right? So this was our support. So as price, support, as price started making its way down, it broke structure, came back, retested, but did not give us an equal high. It started creating its downward trend for its second point of the trend line right here, right? So now we had price come, and what did it do? It went a little lower, creating a lower low. Then it created the higher low. But at this point, we had already got the confirmation, right? Market was open. What market did was it gave us, I want to go to the 1 minute because it started acting like it was going to dump for everybody. Everybody got antsy and trigger fingers, and then it came back and retested. So price started moving its way down on the 1 minute, started making its way down, showing us that it's already touching this, retested the trend line, and then just absolutely fell. And on the 5 minute, it looks like a wick because it just happened quick, right? Boom. And then all red. So, and then we were able to get the retest too on the 3 minute 60. So for those that miss the trade, the initial price came and touched a support, retested. We were able to get in at that 150 and then ride it back down to its previous low. So all we're doing is trading from one zone to another, and there's only so many buy zones and sell zones, guys. And a lot of the times the sell zone is going to be the buy zone, or the buy zone is going to be the sell zone. But if you guys can't mark up the charts like this and you're not practicing doing this every single morning, like every single morning, to the point where I can delete this, go right back into it, no nonsense, not think about it at all, and go, okay, well, let's do it again. All right, there's my trend. There's my key level. Now I'm just going to go to the 30, see where price is breaking from, right? I know once price breaks this support, it's going to go claim this and this down here. That's what I know, right? I know that if we have a little bit of a downtrend, I'm going to wait, which price is almost low key kind of right there. I'm going to expect this gap to get filled. And you guys see how easy I did that again. Guys, it's just put your reps in. It's not a lot of tools at all. An arrow and a rectangle. And they don't the boxes and the stuff doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want to make sure that they're fine-tuned at least to where the top of the wick is to where the body of the candle always. It's so important, guys. It really is. Like learning this and really understanding key levels in the market and training your eyes to see it. Like training your eyes to see it is the main thing because once you see it, I keep saying it, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee the markets and then you just go into battle mode with yourself. So one, learning this and really implementing it into your trading strategy, into your confirmations for taking a trade. This is how you're going to fine tune having faith in your education so you can start working on the mindset side and the discipline side of being profitable. We got any questions for me? I'm going to leave it open for a full Q&A, guys, so you guys can ask whatever you want. Field's yours. KO starts popcorning people. I want to give you guys the ability to ask on your own. Everybody understands the charts. Everybody's good. From the 14th to today's, it seems like, yeah, that happens. Gaps just happen when price actions happen when market closes. I mean, you guys just saw I just set up the charts in seconds. You know, I think I did that in like 2 minutes. So I get on 15 minutes before market opens. If you show up late, you'll probably miss the trade. That's why I'm extremely harsh on punctuality. Um, the markets don't wait for you. And the last thing you want to do is show up 2-3 minutes late and be like, so are we buying or selling? And then everybody goes, we already sold, and they're typing in their profits. Like it'll it'll be like that. That ass. That's it. That's all you guys got. No questions. Everybody's trading good. No discipline questions. Everybody's profitable. Everybody's passing their challenges. Okay. I see y'all. Oh, yes, absolutely. We will go over you know what? Let's flex on them and let's analyze everything and really get a cute. Well, one looks like Nas is setting up the exact same way, and I'm extremely bearish on Nas, guys. I think there's a massive swing play that's can happen right now with Nas. So we have two trend lines. We have this harsh trend line right here that just got tapped into, but then we have this trend line down here, right, which is its main trend line. Like it's lip and main. I love that. And I think everybody, I'm going to probably start like a 30-day challenge for people who take our trades in the morning. Um, Screenshot, only take the trades we call in the morning. I don't want to hear, oh, I took so and so's trade in the afternoon and I did dir 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 dir. Like, no, like if you guys are going to be showing up, we're going to do like a little 30-day challenge where you only take the trade that's called, period. Like, um, I don't want to hear, oh, I did so good on your calls, but then I gave it all back because I tried to trade on my own. Like, that's not what you guys are paying for, you know? Like, you guys are, yes, you guys are trading to learn on your own, but like, let's secure the bag. Like, don't go trade on your own on a demo account, right? Like, let's get these phases passed for you guys. So, anyways, back to what I was saying with Nas. I'll delete everything. So Nas is actually has a massive uptrend that it's been running. And I would just say this right here, that these levels are going to get touched, right? And still be considered an uptrend. Still be considered an uptrend, but look at the correction. What are we yammering about? Same girl, same, but I've learned so much. I feel targeted. Everybody should feel targeted. Everybody's targeted. I'm speaking to if it I don't do subtle. Everybody, y'all are all targeted. All of them. No, I'm just playing. You guys are targeted. Okay, so we're on the weekly chart right now, and we have our uptrend on the weekly. All right. We have our previous high, which was where price came and respected and retested after it broke out about 4,000 basis points, which is crazy, right? So now what I'm seeing, right? You see what happened last time we did something like this? We drug on up, but then we had a massive, 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 massive correction. We got two corrections that are coming our way here. One of them, for me personally, that I see is the high and then the previous high. Everybody, you guys should all feel loved, is what you feel, right? You guys are all in the right place at the right time, learning a life-changing skill set in the midst of like the biggest financial transfer of wealth in human history. And you guys are attached to a business model that pays you in crypto. I can't tell you how lucky you are. And it travels to Arica, and we travel. And well, we do the travel stuff now. Don't worry, I'll be pushing the travel here. I just need to educate my pitch, right? Once I have an educated pitch on it, this bird is going to be out of the cage. Um, okay, so we're on the weekly on Nas. Good. We're on the weekly on Nas, and we have our uptrend. We have our key levels on this weekly that are just take in mind we're on the weekly. So the correction on this is they're not small moves. This is just massive, massive movements, guys. Now I'm just going to go from the day. And I'm just going to mark up another trend line just based upon where market is. We break this trend line right here. And I could see that we have a little support trend resistance. Once again, I'm on the day. So we break this trend line right here. We got about 3,000 points of free fall before we could get a potential correction, right? We break that, we got another 2,000 points of free fall. And that still would be considered an uptrend, us coming and retesting this 18,000. So for me, Nas, the bubble's going to burst on this. These chickens are going to come to roost. Yes, we will drag up maybe for a little bit longer, but you guys can, the same way you guys can mark up a trend line from the bottom, you can mark up a resistance trend line, right? You see how price is kind of moving upward, but got that cool little cohesive. It looks aesthetic, right? Tops, bottoms, support resistance. You could do the exact same thing in anticipation of sell zones too. right? I don't always recommend it because it doesn't always get respected. But if you're looking to short the market, ooh, Kimberly, if you're looking to short the market in all-time highs, try to find where its resistance trend line is, right? The same way you just that's and we're in all-time highs now, so I'll be able to maybe pull that out of the arsenal, but in anticipation of where the market could slow down, you could see from the bottom to the top, it's really respected and stayed within this. And that's kind of what like a Bollinger Band would be, I guess, if Bollinger Bands were on that. I'm not really a bands guy. Now we're going from the daily to the 4 hour. And for me, we just broke the 4 hour trend upward, right? So now I'm going to go from the 4 hour to the 1 hour. I need more candles. Okay, so now we got zone, we got area. Yeah, I like the short. I like the short down to 23. Even if I were to just go right here, like I like where it's shortened, but it's extremely choppy right now. At least down to 23.5. See where that other top is. Yeah, I could see a short from like 23.8 to 23.5. Now that looks a lot cleaner, right? You see how I had to kind of find it for a second? Like, yeah, we had 2 points right there, but I wanted to go from the top of the wicks in a similar angle that's going to be aesthetic when I go and I try to find a support and a resistance to it. Now that looks like a range that price to me would stay in. So if I go from like the hour to the 30, you can see we're trading a little bit below, but like in between on the 30. So I like it. I like the sell at like 23,837. Fuck, I really like that actually. Yeah, we come and retest this 23,850. 23,837. We retest this area here. If we could retest that area, I would look for the short in around 23,836, 23,840. I like that a lot, actually. And then we'll probably create a little bit further of a leg down, maybe to 21, 23.6. And then maybe choppy push back up because it's like almost like an upward consolidation. Kind of weird, actually, right? We're not like we're in between, but we're still going up, but we're right? Like look at this right here. So whenever the moving average is kind of going in between, that means it's consolidating on like some of these smaller time frames and then just breaking out on others, but it's like consolidating upwards. But the chart doesn't look appealing to me. So if you guys wonder why I don't really call NAS, is because I just don't like the way it looks. Really, it's extremely choppy. Um, doesn't do it for me. But that's my analysis for NAS, guys. I'm gonna go on over to gold, unless there's anything you guys want me to touch on in NAS that maybe you don't see. Go to the 5 minute on NAS, and that'll give me a maybe a better micro trend line for it to break. Oh yeah, I love the sell at 23,830. Fucking love it. We'll do gold first. I don't trade, guys. I don't trade Bitcoin or Ethereum. So if you guys want me to, I'll show you guys how to invest and find your dollar cost averaging zones, which is similar to swing trading. So for those that once you learn how to mark up the charts, uh, gold's cool. It does its thing. There's just so many people that call gold. I don't feel there's like I I don't know. I probably would never call it for you guys. There's just and we got Lance. Lance beats the hell out of gold. Um, let's delete it, mark it back up. So for me, gold is just kind of consolidating. Got smiggity smack today. I'm gonna just find my lows. And with gold, there's a lot of manipulation because That's one that's a metal and there's a lot of volatility um, in between sessions compared to US 30. But with gold, I kind of like to sell right now, low key. Why do I feel like gold's about like to sell off? Like to sell at like 33.50. I mean, I get why it's going up, but low key, you guys just look left. This is exactly what we're doing right here. So where did we sell from? Yeah, I love to sell at 33.50. Sell the fuck out of that and hold it to 32.60 or lower. Low key. I love the sell. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just extremely bearish because news just blew the tops off of everything. But you guys saw how I did that. I did that with one trend line. It's not, one trend line on the hour. Here's our support or resistance. What did we just do? We just broke, right? So for me, we just broke. We're just coming back to retest and we're going to chop it on down again. Hey, you know what? For me, I'm the best trader in the world, guys. I'm trying to think of what his name is, but he takes 48 trades a year. He's the top prop. He's the number one prop firm paid out trader in the world. And I scream this all the time. Every week we have the ability to find the trade of the week. Every single fucking week. There is one trade that we call that runs all the way from Monday to Friday if held. That tells me that if the best trader in the world is seeing the same thing that I'm recognizing every week, that guys, you guys all have the same ability to practice taking one trade on Monday and holding it to Friday. Like if there was this, if you ever took the sell on, what is this? Was this Thursday? Right? Just practice holding your trades. There's big trades, there's big opportunities. Um, yeah, like some of these trades, guys, you don't need to take a lot of trades. You just need to hold the one trade that's a fucking winner for you. Why do I feel like I want to fucking sell gold right now? Ew. Am I going to take a gold sell right now and then have it manipulate on me? It just looks like it looks like it's setting up. I don't like that candle, but I do. Where's my cash account at?
I like 33.52 though, but already broke even on the other one, so I'm staying out.
Scalp buy, scalp sell on gold right now? I low key like the zone. Oh, I don't do this, but I'm looking at it, guys. It's a small amount. Light risk. I'm gonna take the fucking sell on gold, I think. I think I'm gonna take the sell on gold. I just at least down to fucking 33, 35, right? 33, 30. Yeah, it's on my cash account. It's fucking small. You guys saw I was risking. Well, I guess it would be 3% of my cash account. So 1 hour 60, downward trend, got a support. It's fucking low key like kind of a no-brainer until it's not, and then it just blows right past it, and then that's what I get for trading gold. But that's what I see on gold. Let me go to the dollar right now. So, guys, for those that don't understand kind of like how Forex works, and how it pairs with gold and the US dollar, right? So XAU is number one. USD is number two. Okay. So what does that mean? If one is greater than two, then you're going to want to take it going up. If two is greater than one, then you're going to want to take it going down, right? So if the dollar is showing that it's going to start gaining some strength, then chances are gold's going to cool off and it's going to start going down. If the dollar is going down, then chances are gold is going to go up, right? So analyzing the DXY, it's not too bad of a thing to do. But it's important if you do trade gold to pay attention to what's going on to the Dixie. Um, you know, it's it's a thing, right? And we just came and bounced old top new. Let's go to the 1 hour. We're about to break it. So it's trading underneath the one and it's already broken the one on that. So that's kind of a good sign for us, right? If we start trading above this 60 on the 1 hour on the dollar, let's go to the 30. If we start trading above it, then we should see gold start cooling off. So as long as the dollar goes down, gold will go up in theory. And if the dollar starts gaining some strength, then gold should technically go down. Bitcoin 1,716 all-time highs. Bitcoin's dumping. It's going to go retest this 112. So for those who want to trade bit, you guys could look for long positions around 112. Or if you're going to dollar cost average, it wouldn't be a bad place to dollar cost average if you're going to be, trading like that. Ethereum 44,000, just touched 47. Looks like we're going to come back and probably retest 3,500. And if that happens, then I will be personally loading up a shit ton of ETH. I'll be buying. That is probably the most conservative 100%, maybe 200% ROI that you guys can see on the crypto side of ETH. And the way you guys want to identify investing is just what we do on the markets, but just on a bigger time frame, right? You're going to focus on the daily. You guys are swing traders when it comes to investing. You guys aren't scalpers, right? So you can see same area. Look, the zone that I just marked up on the 30, we have the daily 60. We are on the daily chart. We have the 60 moving average, and we have the trend line. Guys, it's spot on right now for kind of what I see. So I could see definitely that. I'll be looking to load up on ETH around there. XRP may come back and touch $2.70, but still moving upwards. And I think XRP is going to go crazy. And I'll go into other cryptos. Friday is usually when I go into crypto, guys. But as far as marking up the charts go, do you guys have any questions on anything that we marked up or anything that we're seeing right now? Nope. Everybody's good. Everybody's happy. Everybody happy? Are we in profit? Oh, guys, deep in profit. What are we talking about? Deep in profit on gold, guys. Deep in profit. What are we talking about? Deep, guys. Instant rejection. No, I'm just playing. But no, I'm not, but I'm just playing. Any questions, comments? We're all happy. Everybody's happy with the services they've received. Remember, the highest compliment we can receive is a referral. If you get anything out of these calls, throw it on your little Insta, throw it on your little Snap, throw it on your little Telegram, throw it on your little WhatsApp. Throw it on, throw it out there. I appreciate you guys. Yep. Damn, Angelina Cruz is showing up like an hour late. Does she just, was she already here? Oh, I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm always excited. I live for this shit, guys. Straight up. Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate you guys showing up and showing out. To the Prophets, aka Diane Keys, brand fuck yeah, mood majestically big. Once again, guys, show it, put it out there to the world. Let people know that you guys are going to be savvy traders and investors in the crypto space. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Yep, everybody will. Awesome. See y'all tomorrow.